Just a few days before Ironman Hawaii, David McNamee was good enough to let us follow him whilst meeting up with a few of his key sponsors, giving us a sneak behind-the-scenes viewpoint of some of the exciting perks of being a top professional athlete here at Ironman Hawaii. So we're here at our first stop because we're going to be meeting David at the Ceramic Speed stand, which is just over there, and pros get access to all of the cool stuff. So I'm assuming David's going to get some new chains, maybe some jockey wheels, low friction goodies that are going to make him go faster on race day. So let's go.
When our pro athletes come by, we're looking to make them give them that peace of mind that on Saturday they're ready to go as fast as possible. So every rolling, rotating part, the hand belt bearing is the key of what we do. It's in our name, ceramic bearings for ceramic speed. So from start to finish, making sure they're as efficient as they can be, that's what we're here to make them feel comfortable with. So we're here all week and we want them to feel welcome and comfortable. 2 different stages with 3 mechanics. 1 mechanic is dedicated. Anytime the professionals stop by, that's his top priority. So whether they have an appointment or they're just stopping by as they come in, we're happy to help them out.
So yeah, 5th time in Ireland, 5th time using ceramic speed for race day,
But that is seriously a lot of watts here, isn't it?
Yeah, so like already on my bike, I've got the bearings on my wheels, I've got the bottom brackets, I've got the OSPW system, but...
So that's the oversized chainrings in the back, yeah?
Yep, yeah. But the key thing, especially for race day, is the UFO racing chain.
Oh yeah.
And that boy there is 5 watts, and 5 watts at World Championships, thank you very much.
I'll give it to you then.
Thank you.
There we go.
Now, you might think that 5 watts is barely worth bothering about. However, for an athlete like David, who's been on the podium in Hawaii not once, but twice, it's these extra small margins that truly do add up to give him the confidence that he's doing everything within his grasp so that he can ride as fast as possible on race day. Now, I do remember this being exciting. Going to the Oakley house.
Oakley, yep, that is like the house that everybody wants to get access to, and I'm very fortunate to have them as a sponsor, and yeah, we're off to pick up sort of race day eyeglasses.
Now, do they have something special for you?
Yeah, so this year they've designed or helped athletes design their own sort of custom pair of
because you can have your own frames, your own lenses, even your own little decals on the sides.
Yep, so yeah, I have very sort of blue and white Scottish themed glasses to pick up.
Glad to hear it.
Have to keep true. And yeah, I'm excited to see them, and yeah, I'm looking forward to using them in race day.
Brilliant, let's go. Now, I was lucky enough to be invited along to the Oakley house on both of the occasions when I raced in Hawaii, and it really was something that I genuinely looked forward to during my race week. It was something that made me feel, well, a bit like a rock star. So we spoke to David Higham, who in fact took care of me nearly 10 years ago when I first got to race on the island and visited the Oakley house, and was once again looking after the athletes this year. So who better to speak to explain to us why it is that Oakley do this year after year?
Traditionally, Oakley, and led by the one and only Greg Welsh, we hire a house, whether it's on beautiful Ali'i Drive or a beautiful view as you can see in the background, and we just really like to give the athlete, like we do at most Olympic Games, both summer and winter, and just give them a little bit of personalized attention where the guys actually design not only their own frame colors and lens colors, but they can actually do something which we've done this year and focused on is etching. So they personalize it according to their wife, girlfriend, little daughter that might have been born. We've got some new additions, to the team and family. So it really personalizes the frame and just gives them that extra little bit of drive on race day.
I don't know, I just like how these weigh nothing. Yeah, for sure. I've just never thought about wearing them on the bike, to be honest. I've never thought. Yeah. So right now we're trying to figure out a couple of things. Mainly, so I've decided in the race, I'm going to go without a visor. So I'm going to wear sunglasses for the bike leg. So it's very much trying to find a pair of glasses that I can use for 180 kilometers. That, for me, I like things to feel light on my face, and obviously what gives me the best sort of vision So that's the first thing we're trying to work out. The second thing is the run. I've designed a pair of custom glasses, and yeah, I'm excited to see them, which we'll unveil in a couple of minutes. And then lastly, I need a pair for my girlfriend, for I need to take presents home. And that's probably the most important thing right now.
Not a river, but a yes please. Yeah, and just to check, you know.
Maybe I'll take these. Can I take a pair of these? Not for me.
Yeah, so basically that's our lineup this year, but there's something else I wanted to give you, a little bit special. I call you the Mac Man.
The Mac Man?
Yeah, the Mac Man, so Scottish.
This is Mac Man, but I'm going to have to point out, this is where American and Scottish people differ. In Scotland we write this MCN, but as soon as we cross over to America it has to be MAC or nobody can pronounce it.
See, there you go.
So this year I'm the Mac Man. So these are running glasses for me for, next Saturday.
Yeah, drop your cycling glasses, put the Mac Mans on, and it's going to take you all the way into the finish line, brother.
Very nice. We're very
like that.
Scottish colours.
Yeah, blue and white.
Yeah.
Sponsors will do their level best to support their athletes as much as possible throughout the season, but this is taken up a notch yet again at races like the World Championships. After all, it is in their benefits for their athletes to do as well as possible, giving the brands an opportunity to get as much exposure as possible on the big stage.
So now we have to drop the bike off at Cervelo and make sure it's perfect for the race.
And are they just going to give it a once over?
They will go through every single detail and make sure that come race day it is 100%. So we need to change rotors. So right now I'm running 160 millimeters, so that's the diameter of the rotor. But in the race, the neutral mechanics and the motorbikes only have 140s. So we're going to switch to 140s, so just in case I do get a puncture during the race, it's a lot quicker to change the wheel. Whereas it'll be, 20 seconds rather than 10 minutes faffing around. Then the ceramic speed chain to put on for a few extra watts, and then I'll let Corey do what he does and make sure the bike is 100%. And then it's not really enjoying going down into the smallest cog at the back. Okay. And then the brakes, that rubs every so often the back one. And it's a little bit dirty.
As you can see, there are many obvious perks to being a pro athlete. However, sponsorship is still very much a two-way street. Not only is an athlete like David expected to race at and be competitive at the very highest level, but he is also required to give back a number of days for media and press purposes, plus of course being active on social media too. In return, brands will offer as much support as they can, hoping to give the athletes total peace of mind during race week. Unfortunately, David wasn't able to finish on race day due to a bout of sickness that he picked up in the days before the race. However, we still hope that you enjoyed this video, which gives an insight into some of the things that he and other pros have to get up to during their race week. If so, please hit that thumb up like button and find the globe on screen to subscribe and get all the other videos on the channel. And if you want to see a video where we talked about how much the pros get paid, well, there's a link to that on screen now.